Peace. Be back with another episode of Politics of Black Families. I'm here with my guest, Robert Mallard, for House District 139, correct?
139, yes.
My brother, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for the invitation.
Indeed. I would want to, I think it's good to start this conversation off because I was reading your website, how much service to this country, right? Like, what made you want to serve this beautiful country?
You know what? I'm going to tell you this right here. When I was young, I was a knucklehead. Yeah. All right. 2-parent household. But like I said, it was rough in New Jersey. Yeah. And it was one of them things saying, listen, it's time to do something different, you know. And there wasn't a lot of opportunities per se for skilled trades and things like that and stuff. You had to join unions and things like that. I didn't want to do all that.
Yeah.
So I joined the military. I was a mechanic. For 17 years in the military, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Best job I ever had.
Really? Best job you ever had?
Best job I ever had.
Now, your other job ain't McDonald's or nothing like that, is it?
No.
Yeah.
In fact, I used to work for Sears, believe it or not. Selling maintenance agreements.
Yeah, I got you. That's great. So, what made you want to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and run this race?
At first I didn't want to do it. I just kind of got sick and tired of what I was seeing in my community. When you interact with children, I'm in business, and at the time, we had a robust real estate portfolio that we managed, property manager. I'm a real estate broker in Georgia, Alabama, one time in Florida as well. And you see people from the beginning to end. You see their credit, you see their children, you see how they live, you see everything.
Yeah.
And I had a face shot of what the community looked like, man.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to put this on the back burner. And we need to go ahead and pass policies for our city, our community, that's going to enrich us so we could bring real opportunities to our city, to our area.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks for sharing that. What did you see the deficits at when you went into these communities? Like, what really stood out to you where you was like, this is crazy?
Man, I'm going to tell you, the literacy rate. I'm watching young men, and look, let me tell you this right here, all colors. They can't read, man.
What do you mean when you say come back? It's like third grade education?
Man, listen, I'm talking about fifth graders. From first to fifth graders, they can't read. And, be honest with you, our education system do a little bit different for our young men. As long as they put their name on a piece of paper and they're quiet in class, they're going to pass them through, all right? They're not going to really challenge them. And we have a system where if you're not going to college, then you're just leftovers. And we got to institute skilled trades into our community.
Yeah. What do skilled trades look like when you... plumbers, electricians, carpenters, mechanics, things like that?
So I'm going to tell you this right here. One of the wealthiest people I interacted in Columbus was a plumber. Mm-hmm. All right? He owned 2 planes.
Yeah.
All right? And I tell you like this, not the mayor, not the city council, not the doctors or whatever, a plumber. Yeah. All right? He owned multiple apartment complexes and everything else and stuff. And believe it or not, we want to give that shot to the youth. I think that's something noble that they need and stuff. Electricians, lawn care.
Yeah.
You name it. I mean, matter of fact, my wife, she has a Mini Cooper, right?
Yeah.
We can't find anyone skilled to really work on it except for one company, and we ran across them just based off a recommendation. Yeah. But, they're aging out as well. They don't have people that's coming in that's going to replace the aging mechanic and stuff. And believe it or not, all these beautiful homes are being built, and we just don't have anybody there to fix them.
Yeah. What's the gap? Like, what happened to where at one point in time, we had a lot of skilled folks in our communities, whether it was the people who did the brickwork or the roofing, the mechanic. What happened in the communities? Like,
we told our children a lie. We said if you go to school, get an education, go to college, you're going to be able to write your ticket. And that's not the case today. All right? Believe it or not, college back in the day, $60,000 would give you a 4-year degree, maybe even a master's degree. Now it's almost $200,000.
Right.
All right. So you're telling someone that has problems reading to graduate high school, to get accepted in the university, roll the dice for $200,000, and hopefully they're going to make it and stuff. And also they're going to get a job that's only going to pay them $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
And think that math don't math.
Yeah. So let's roll it back some. How did we get here? Is it the fatherless epidemic in the households, the broken down family, moms at work, pops can't help with the homework, pops at work, moms, like, what's happening here?
That plays a big factor, all right? One thing we do have a problem in our community is we don't have fathers. We need great role models to come in and reinstitute authority back into our youth. We don't have that. I grew up in a 2-parent household. I understand what that looked like, all right? My wife, she didn't have that opportunity. Her mom separated Her mom and dad separated, and even married to her, we have talks when we parent our children. And she said, well, you know what? At first, I thought you was being kind of mean to the children. And, when I asked the girls, they said, man, you awesome. And I said, well, why do you think that? She said, because the way you approached them. I said, well, no, I'm a dad. I said, hey, dads are a source of authority.
Yeah.
All right? It just can't go
Don't
through
let my
the mother.
son hear that. He'd be, I don't like that guy.
But you know what? I'll be honest with you. Matter of fact, dads don't bring the fear that they used to bring back in the day. When your mother say, hey man, your dad coming home or whatever, and he gonna talk to you about what you did earlier. Man, it was the fear of God was in you.
Yeah.
All right, now it's like, hey, when your dad's coming, so what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't care.
Yeah, you know what I do? When my son, I make him do push-ups.
That's good.
Right? What'd you say? You like to talk back to mom, son, come here, 20 push-ups.
That's good.
He walking now, he all cut up and all that, 40 push-ups, right? Because I think, I agree with you. I think, and it can come for either parent, right? Because I think we live in a different time where, parents can be a little bit more firm, the moms can be a little bit more firm, and sometimes they gotta be, right? But, I just think a lot of times in our community is the discipline, there's the discipline used to be there, whether you was playing sports, whether you had to be at work on time, no matter, it was a discipline,
It's called accountability and self-preservation. And that's something that we lack in some of our communities. We have to bring that back.
Yeah.
All right. And that part of the platform on why I'm running is I want to reinstitute that. All right.
Yeah.
Look, I can't find dates for single women. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But guess what? We could rally up strong male role models,
right,
and bring them into the school system, bring them into skilled trades, and give these kids a hope.
Yeah.
We can do that. And we do it through beekeeping. By trade, I'm a farmer. I'm a beekeeper.
What?
Yeah.
Look at this camera head again.
By trade, I'm a beekeeper. So
that's cool. Tell me what beekeepers do though.
Well, besides keeping bees.
Yeah.
Besides keeping bees, basically what we're doing is this: we're taking bee colonies, all right, and we're producing a conducive environment for them to actually produce honey. Honey is the byproduct of a well-organized hive. All right. So back in 2019, 2020, when all this COVID stuff hit or whatever and stuff, we said, hey, look, we're in this real estate, we're leasing out properties and stuff, and we found out that bees make better tenants than people.
Wow.
So,
that's smart.
And I said, well, look, I'm I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, look, let's get rid of some of these properties or whatever and stuff, and let's actually go into farming.
Yeah.
So we hired a beekeeper to install a couple of hives on our property, and every day, man, we were just watching the bees, man. We enjoyed watching them. I mean, I was running home and stuff so we could watch the bees, and I said, you know what? I love it so much that I want to give this trade to everybody I possibly can. So we teach it. We teach it in schools. Matter of fact, I have a class this Saturday at the George Washington Carver in Columbus, Georgia, where I'm doing a hive inspection. So you're invited if you want to come it's going to start at noon.
I might join you one of these days now. So, me and my little boy might come out there.
Yeah.
You might have to walk us through it now.
But bees pollinate. They make things beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. And be honest, Sea Beautiful, shout out to Sea Beautiful.
Without bees, none of it work, right?
And nothing will work. But Sea Beautiful gave us our first grant. So we're a nonprofit organization now. Yeah. So we structured to become a nonprofit organization because we want to be able to give back to the community. Yeah. And and agriculture is big. Yeah. Food independence is big, and that's what we're teaching the youth as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So what's the 3 things that you would advocate most for as people go to the polls on November 5th? What should you tell them? Hey, these are the 3 things I'm gonna cover.
One, I want to invest in your youth. Matter of fact, I want to bring skilled trades not at the 9th grade level. I want to roll it all the way back to the 6th grade level. The reason why I want to do that is because once they get their hands wet into a skilled trade or carpentry or electronics and things like that, by the time they get to their 9th grade year, they already know what they're going to do when they graduate. Yeah. They're already going to, matter of fact, there's programs where they can actually partner with the actual technical school where they can have a associate's degree upon graduation. So they can leave high school and go right into the industry. Yeah. All right? Yeah. Another thing is we have a problem with special need community. Once these special need kids age out at 22, that's it. Their parents are footing the bill for them. Yeah. So there's billions of dollars in Georgia that, for self-directed care that we have to basically advocate for so we can, and
that's a big thing right now in our communities. A lot of children, autism delayed children and things like this, and I have family members myself. You know, when I think about like, well, what happens when they get older? You know, like.
So my wife and I, we have a special needs son, and at one point in time, we were living in Alabama. I tell you, I actually like Alabama, but he aged out at 19 in Alabama. So Alabama said, well, look, let's do it like this. Give me a child, we'll place him in a home, you can come visit him. So we said, nah, we're not going to let that ride. So we wound up leaving Alabama, going to Georgia, and he was able to...
What do you mean, give you my child? And...
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Hey, put him in a care facility. That's it.
Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt. Man.
No, that's just how it is, you know?
Yeah.
They don't have self-directed care, and if they do, not too many people know about it, and none of these departments talk to each other. You see what I'm saying? So you go to one department, you know, Social Security's one, and you have the state. It's a mess.
You just get lost.
You need an advocate. If you don't have an advocate that understands the complexities of the system of how to get your kid enrolled into self-directed care, and let me elaborate on self-directed care. Self-directed care is basically where you can hire someone through an actual payee company. You don't get the money, but it goes to a physical agent, and you can hire them, and they pick your child up in the morning. If you need help with bathing, they will assist with that. Get them dressed, and they will. And he or she will be involved in the community all day. My son goes bowling, man. He goes to the park. I mean, he's active. I mean, when you see this kid, man,
it's a community around him.
It's a community around him.
Yeah.
So we have that opportunity in Georgia because we wound up finding a good advocate to assist us with that process. But you know, we need to make sure we bridge that gap because a lot of folks don't know about it, and we have a plan to ensure that people will know about it, and you will have an advocate in the state house for special needs children.
I got you. So let's hold it right there, right? Let's talk a little bit about culture, right? Because I see you nice, clean. You're from Jersey. I take it you grew up on classic hip hop.
Of course.
So if I was to ask you something like, who's better, Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang?
You know, I used to have the fangs back in the day. I ain't going to lie, man. Yeah, no, top and
so
bottom.
You thought you was RZA and all that?
Oh man, look, man, when they came out, man, they brought a whole nother. They took it to a whole nother level. So I got to say Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, Public Enemy or NWA?
Man, I'm gonna go with Public Enemy. They're a little bit more positive and stuff. NWA kind of rocked it.
Okay,
yeah, it hurt us a little bit.
Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder.
I'm gonna go with Stevie Wonder.
Stevie?
I'm gonna go with Stevie. Stevie have a catalog out of this world, man. I mean,
really?
He has music for everyone, you know.
And what about LeBron or Kobe?
I'm gonna go with Kobe.
Kobe?
I'm gonna go with Kobe.
And I said
I go with MJ because he never been swept.
All right, so let's go ahead. That's good. Right? So what about that was a tough one. Gucci, Jeezy.
I go with Jeezy.
You go with Jeezy?
I go with
Jeezy.
Yeah.
All right, so look at that camera. Let them know how you gonna leave the world better than you found it, and why they should vote for you November 5th.
One thing, I'm not trying to be in this seat for 50 million years. I want to come in and I want to fix some things for our community. I want to make sure our children have hope at all levels. I want to make sure our special needs children, I want to make sure our elders have hope because they're underserved too as well during these hard times that we're facing. And listen, it's not going to get any better. All right, no matter who's in the office nationally. All right, we're going to be facing some hard times. Our dollar's looking ridiculous. But guess what? At the state level, we can do some things that will make the state better, and I'm prepared to do that. And if you vote for me, you're not voting for a scripted politic. I'm an independent candidate. My hands aren't tied. I don't care. I'm not soliciting big business to donate to my campaign or anything. I want to represent you. I'm at your city council meetings. My phone number's on my website. My email's on my website, voteforgeorgia.com. And that's what I'm saying. My name is not even in the website. It's Vote for Georgia. What we do in Columbus, we get it right in Columbus, and we're looking for best practices. I'm humble. We would take best practices from other cities and incorporate it in our city so we can be a robust city. If we get it right in Columbus, we can get it right for Georgia. And that's why I want to represent you for District 139.
And there you go. Politics and black families. Peace. That was good, bro. I like that. Yeah.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
Solid, bro.